Raju sir, there's a kind of a dichotomy or irony when we talk about Uttar Pradesh. It is India's most populous state with a population of around 200 million. It has a low per capita income, high crime rate. But on the other hand, we see that it ranks really high up when we talk about digital and e-governance. So how did you achieve this? And what role did technologies like cloud play in achieving this? Can you throw some light on this, sir?
Thank you very much. First things first, all the negativity that's created on Uttar Pradesh, around Uttar Pradesh, is lack of understanding. Lack of familiarity in what's happening inside the state is a major lacuna. Unfortunately, those who create the awareness or those who have a responsibility to create are not playing what is required. So all the low things, bad things because of that. So how did this happen? Because of a lack of understanding. If you look at a few examples, if you allow me to quote, Kumbh Mela, the largest event on this earth, not just in India, on this earth, successfully carried out for 50 days, attended by 240 million people without a single bad incident, is a classic example.
And that was enabled by technology to a large extent.
Yes. Now, how did this happen? The enormous efforts made by the bureaucracy. I agree, my colleague here, Alok Ranjan, former Chief Secretary, and all the other bureaucrats and the ministers, from the lower level to the senior level, have worked for 2 years, relentlessly. I was also party to many of the planning. Every square feet is digitally mapped. The entire 3,800 acres of the land. Now, how did this happen? They identify a suitable set of officers who digitally mapped every square feet for allocation of tents, installation of 128,000 toilets, 15,000 cloth-changing cabins was all set. Now, many of the old people, those who born and brought up in Prayag, was also urged for this. They never seen this something like this for the last 350 years that Kumbh Mela was in operation. This is just one example. Another example UP state has achieved. 40% of the total PM Kisan loan that's distributed in February 24th when it's launched by the PM was from Uttar Pradesh. 1.25 lakh households was digitized and given the loan, first installment of 2,000 rupees. It's a different story. Our media friends don't have time to cover this, but this is a reality. And today, 2.14 lakh farmers have got a farmer Kisan credit cards. All happened because of the Ministry of Information Technology and Electronics completely in tune with the Government of India and Government of Uttar Pradesh. These are just two examples. I'll come back to you more when we go along.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. Coming to you, Piyush, how is your company, ESDS, enabling the government in its digital initiatives? Can you throw some lights on the projects that you've done and projects that are in the pipeline? How are you enabling government in its efforts of going digital?
So, so far, like we've managed to touch lives of 32% India's population, which gets connected to our cloud platform every 15 days through either a Mudra loan or a Stand Up India loan or through a smart metering initiative of Energy Efficiency Service Limited, public distribution system in multiple South Indian states, IGR, LR of Maharashtra, smart city initiatives. So there are a lot of projects which are hosted on our cloud platform. So we are an enabler. We are not a driver because like Dr. Raju Papneja also mentioned that the driver is the citizen. If he has a need, then and then only the government will come up with something, and then only they will take cloud, or they will buy a technology and deploy that technology, and eventually the citizens have to consume it. So a lot of initiatives have been taken by different states. India's biggest chain of hospitals, top 2 biggest chains of hospitals, like the MCGM Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai and the NTR Vaidya Trust of Telangana, they are running on cloud today. We've got those migrated from on-prem to cloud, and we've also helped them to upgrade in the entire process. So a lot of initiatives have been taken by the government of India, different state governments, and we've helped them. They've gone through a lot of challenges. When we host 100 government organizations, there are hundreds and hundreds of challenges that we have gone through. People get transferred, a new initiative is taken, someone, a passionate person comes in an organization, he initiates, he comes up with a big thing, and then that person gets transferred. And then the next person who comes, he says that, what crap, we want to scrap this project, and now he's come up with something else. So we've seen those things also. We've seen projects being successful, but then the citizens are not adopting. A city is implementing like dozens of applications which are there on your mobile phone, but then people are not using those applications to come up with their problems. They still go and put everything on WhatsApp, or they want to keep posting in newspapers or different web portals, but they do not want to use those mobile apps and go and post their complaints. So we are experiencing those challenges, but I'm pretty sure over the next couple of years, this issues will get ironed out.
Sure, definitely. With your zeal, Piyush, I'm sure you'll overcome those issues. Coming back to you, sir, there are 2 other stellar initiatives that UP has taken. One is the direct transfer of scholarship to the accounts, and the other is broadband connectivity right up to the panchayat level. So can you throw more light on these and some other initiatives that you wanted to share?
I think I must also mention the examples that you're quoting and the examples that I'm going to quote is also happened because a continuous capacity building from the bottom level to the higher levels. One, the exposure in other states and also within the state with the newer companies. Many of them made a presentation this morning and maybe more listed in the afternoon. The second one is their own experience starting at the tehsil level or a village level, then scaling up, building up by the experiences. Definitely the direct benefit transfer, which is a major initiative and successfully carried out in Uttar Pradesh, is a classic example for the country compared to all the negativity that's built up. The second one is the scholarships built up for the students. The one more the technology I should mention, because many people presented in the morning, is people have heard about this large number of copying in the school level and the middle school level, high school level. The CCTVs that's built up and centralizedly control at the district level, the state level, is a huge intervention in regulating it, in controlling it. So from 15 lakhs, it has come to the 0. That's a major achievement. The 2 more examples I should mention to the audience. One is the skill training and the jobs. A large number of students with qualification, without a qualification, get registered with the HR companies or a district level or various government agencies. Now it's all getting streamlined and bringing the private partners to build the experience centers in the identified 31 education centers of the government, where the students will walk in and get experience. If he or she registers, what happens? What kind of job they're capable of? So digital survey has been carried out for the state as a whole, the kind of trades people would be interested and the kind of trade or skill jobs available across the country. So there's a matchmaking is happening now. So you will see in a year's time, 1 lakh or 2 lakh and 3 lakhs will be building up every year, all at a free cost, but with a heavy usage of technology. The one more thing, somebody made a reference interesting in the morning, UP being the state, an agriculturally dominant state, the digital records of the land records, very important. With 103,000 villages, 67,000 villages have been digitized. It's not a small achievement for the state like Uttar Pradesh. Today, Anybody can take a look at it. Bhuleka is a website of Uttar Pradesh. You will download your village map with the survey number, with the land area number. Now, this is going to be a GPS geotagged in a gradual manner and pretty soon. That's where the other insurance and the distribution of benefits from the farmer is going to be utilized. This is going to be a major thing. Yeah, thank you.
Great work, sir. So Piyush, if you look at the data center business, it is getting commoditized. With there's a lot of competition in the data center space, and all the data center players are pitching their co-location services. The market is getting commoditized. How do you differentiate yourself from the clutter? How do you stand apart from the competition?
So we never positioned ourselves as a data center company in India, though we launched our data center and cloud services 10 years back in India at the same time. But we never positioned ourselves as a data center company because we knew that eventually data center business is going to become a commodity. And slowly, infrastructure as a service will also become a commodity, and that has happened now. But with a lot of SaaS offering, PaaS offerings that we are doing, and the entire digital transformation service that we are offering to government, enterprises, banks. So all those things are making a huge change in the entire digital footprint of the country. Now, it's not just our own SaaS PaaS offering, but along with our ISV partners. We've launched like hundreds of offerings for different government verticals. So there are certain ISPs who are who are expert at particular transaction, or who are expert at delivering a particular application to same kind of organization. So we are working with those. Now, some of the organizations in India, especially some government organizations in India and NHAI, so National Highways Authority of India, their digital footprint has tripled in last 18 months. Now, all that is happening on our cloud platform. So we are not offering a data center service to them. Data center is just an enabler, and on top of it is the cloud, and on top of cloud are the different SaaS and PaaS offerings. If an organization is growing at this kind of rate, ESL, the speed at which they are rolling out their smart meters, if that is happening in India, you need something very unique. You need scalability. Cloud is bringing that scalability, and then SaaS and PaaS offering. Then you require, if they want to touch lives of like millions of people every month, then you need different offerings, and those are being deployed by these organizations.
So you are adding a lot of value to your underlying cloud services to make it more relevant for your customers.
We are simply enabling through our technology, through our patented cloud technology and SaaS and PaaS offerings, and they are they are delivering the solution to their citizens, their consumers.
Sure. Sir, what are you doing in the areas of law and order and agriculture, given the fact that a large population in UP is still dependent on agriculture? And if you look at the crime rate, that is also too high in UP. So what are you doing in these two areas, leveraging technology to overcome the challenges here?
You're right. You touched a very key point. I was amazed to look at how people get from a lower level to the senior level, from an ordinary officer at the tehsil level to the chief secretary level, how quickly they get familiar with the digital governance. The office that I sit in, the Yojana Bhavan, every day there is 4 to 5 video conferences that happens. From all level of people participate there. It enormously reduces the travel time of the people at various levels across the state, 75 districts.
And also the carbon footprint.
Yes, definitely, 880 blocks. Number 2, immediately they can resolve the issues. Even many times, Honorable CM to the many ministers and the secretaries and the chief secretaries and the officers, up to the level of tehsil level, they get onto the video conferencing. Every day there are 4 to 5 minimum number of video conferences that happens from a morning 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Now this is a huge jump in terms of communicating, in terms of action initiating, in terms of monitoring on a specific ground. Many times I've been a participant. The previous day you send a monitoring sheet, and the next day you get the results in the video conferences. And most of the districts will make a presentation on the monitoring sheets that you sent. This is a huge jump in the digital governance and the technology that's contributed. And today, all the districts are equipped with this digital order, including the law and order. The chiefs of the police and the courts are all up in the video conferencing in terms of responding. Many a times what appears in the TV channels, you will see immediately the actions have been initiated and the reports are filing on the email. Okay, that's a huge opportunity. And agriculture, I will count because of the bill, 156 lakh farmers get the crop insurance online. And the information is also filed online. Now, the last one is UP will be the first state to put automatic weather stations for every 10 square kilometers freely. This is the first of its nature and completely under public-private partnership initiative. That's where we need to look at most companies with their expertise to come and participate on the public-private partnership. It helps all. It helps the technology. It helps the farmers. It helps the governance systems. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Finally, Piyush, what are your future plans vis-a-vis governance and government vertical?
So we want to continue with the digital transformation role that we are playing for different government organizations. We are collaborating with a lot of PSUs and central government organizations, state government organizations, helping them. Governments are going through two different types of e-governance initiatives. One is their greenfield initiatives and their like upgrading the old generation technology to the next generation. So we are helping in both. We are also playing role of a consultant, because what we've seen, the projects which have failed in the past are not because of the technology or not because of something from the customer side, but then everything went wrong right from the beginning. Either the consulting approach was not right, or the architecture which was designed was not right, or eventually the citizens could not agree to buy that technology that was delivered by the government. So we are playing a role right from the beginning now. So we are not positioning ourselves as a cloud service provider anymore. We go to a government organization, we tell them that we will help you review everything right from the beginning, and we'll tell you what is needed, what is not needed, and we will help you make the system more transparent so that the chances of failure reduce. And if there is an upgrade that is happening, we also help them in the entire migration process and the upgradation process, because greenfield is much easier to do, but upgradation sometimes can backfire and go horribly wrong. And convincing your top peers in an organization, the top bureaucrats or the ministers, to go for an upgrade is also very difficult. So we help with the entire documentation. So documentation has been a strength for us now, and we are helping the organizations with the complete documentation to put up in front of their top bureaucracy or the minister. So we are playing a crucial role in supporting the digital transformation journey of government.
Sure. There's a lot of hand-holding from your end, right?
Yeah.
Great. So with this, we'll wrap up this session. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Piyush.